What's up guys, Sam Brabham here and welcome to a new series and very different series of videos in the F1 2020 game. For those who don't know much about me, I'm the grandson of three-time Formula 1 world champion Sir Jack Brabham. I'm a racing driver in my own right, having raced in series such as British Formula Ford, Porsche Carrera Cup and a championship called MRF. The history of Brabham in Formula 1 doesn't just stop with my granddad Sir Jack. It also begins with drivers such as Nelson Piquet and Jack Hicks winning world championships for the Brabham Formula 1 team throughout different eras from the 60s all the way till the 90s, where my dad David raced for the team in 1990. In this series, in the Formula 1 2020 My Team game mode, we're going to be bringing Brabham back to the top of Formula 1 and hopefully emulate my granddad Sir Jack Brabham. In this series, I want you, the viewers, to also have a massive part, almost as my board of directors. So any team changes or any big decisions that get made, I'll put it to you in the comments to say, this is what we want to do, this is why we want to change it, and we'll go with that. I really want to make this an engaging and really fun series for everyone involved, not just for me, but for you guys as viewers to really engage and be a part of that story of bringing Brabham back to the top of F1 greatness. Welcome to the start of our F1 2020 My Team career mode, where we're bringing Brabham back to the very top of Formula 1. Let's get into it. In the homepage now, heading into My Team, and we're going to start our career. So firstly, we've got to choose our character. This is someone I built previously when I got the game originally. We're going to go for the green and gold, and that is going to be our colour scheme following through for the whole of this series. There will be opportunities to change it, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But firstly, Sam Brabham from Australia, number 9, and they don't have Brabham or my name's Sam, so I've gone for Mr. Monaco because it's probably the most historic track, and my granddad Jack won there in the past. Now for the team name, of course we're going to go for Brabham F1. That's what Jack began with, and that's what we're going to start with as well. Time to choose a primary sponsor for the season. Now, you've got lots of different options. Some with slightly less difficulty, but give you less. Some with more difficulty, and they give you more money up front, weekly, and as a goal bonus as well. So I'm going to have a little look through, and then we'll see what we decide on. I'm going to go with TriStar. They've got achieved 2 points finishes during the season with a gold bonus of 4 million, weekly income of 224k, and a signing bonus of 4.6 million. And I think some of the other options were more money, but slightly harder to achieve. Of course, we're going to start out at the back of the grid, and it's going to be important to make our goals achievable and try and get as much money as possible. So that's why I'm going to go with them. Time to choose our engine supplier. So we've got Honda and Renault, the two slightly lower performing engine suppliers but less money, and then you've got Mercedes and Ferrari. Could go Ferrari. They've got the best performance, best durability. But I'll tell you a little story. My granddad Jack, after he won 2 world championships with Cooper, Enzo Ferrari said, hey, I'd like you to come and race for us. And he had the offer to race for Ferrari. But instead of doing that and winning world championships there, he said, no, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I want to go and beat you. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to go for Ferrari. We're going to be trying to beat the greatest team to be in Formula 1 history. So instead, we're going to choose Honda. Now, Honda has a lot of poignance with the family. So Jack, when he was racing, had a lot of great links with Honda. My dad, David, he also raced for Honda in the past. And for me personally, I helped develop the IndyCar program over in America for Honda as well, using their simulator. So that's why we're going to go for them. Great family lineage, and I think they've got a real great room to develop throughout the season and really perform just as well as Mercedes and Ferrari are. Time to choose our teammate, and we're going to go for Mick Schumacher. Having Brabham and Schumacher in a car together in Formula 1, we've got quite a few family world titles together, so I think that's a cool story. And his pace is actually one of the strongest on the list, so that's going to be really important, and we can develop him as we go along. So if he performs and he keeps getting points like the way we will be, hopefully he can help us win a world championship as a constructor. Time to choose our team colours and our livery. Now I've gone for the classic green and gold that Jack used to use in 1966 when he won his world championship as a manufacturer and as a driver. Now for our logo, I've got a classic green and gold Brabham B. They didn't have anything that was similar to an old Brabham logo that I could use, unfortunately, but this is as close as we're going to get. Time for an interview with Will Buxton. I've been interviewed by Will before, and he's one of the nicest, most passionate guys about Formula 1 you'll ever meet, so let's go.
What's very special about this team, though, is that while the team itself is new to Formula 1, so too is its driver and owner.
Whatever happens this season, you've already made the history books.
Tell me, do you feel up to the mammoth task of both managing and driving for a...
I'm going to go for nothing easy is worth doing. I live for challenges like this, and it's going to be a real challenge to get us back to the top of Formula One. It's going to take a lot of hard work and grinding, but we're going to get there. I'm going to go for their skill set really suits our team. I think Mick's proven himself by winning the Formula 3 championship, and he's done really well in F2 as well. And it's a great story having two great names in the same team back in Formula 1 again.
No one aims to finish bottom of the table. Who's the team you're aiming to beat?
I'm going to say we're aiming to beat Williams. I know we're going to start at the back of the grid. We've got to really develop our car as best as we can, and we don't know yet how quickly the AI are going to develop their car as well. So it might be quite difficult at first to break past those lower teams like the Haas's, the AlphaTauris and Williams. So I'm going to say Williams is probably our team that we want to beat the most.
How are you expecting the car to feel out on track?
This next line of questioning is really important because it's going to dictate how well each of those sections do of our team. So I'm going to say the chassis balance is incredible. I really want a nice light and nimble car to get around the corners as efficiently as possible. So I'm going to choose to help the aero department this time. I think if we can boost their morale and get our aero working, we'll be quicker in the corners, and I hope Honda can deliver us a package in the straights that we don't have to rely too heavily on development from that side. This time around I'm going to help our durability department. Rigorous stress testing means we can avoid grid penalties and failures, and that's going to be really important because the more DNS we have, the less chance that we have of getting points to boost our sponsor goals and things like that, which are going to be so important to bring money into the team and develop our car properly. For the final question, I'm going to say our power unit. Try and give every single part of our team a little bit of a boost in these questions to hope that we've got a good all-round package when we arrive at the first round in Australia. Welcome to our headquarters. This is the home page for us. You can see on the left-hand side you've got advanced time, activities, messages, facilities, R&D, vehicle, corporate and standings. And in the top right you see the amount of money that we've got. Then we've got our R&D points, our team acclaim and our name in the top right. And how good is it to see the Brabham name back in Formula 1? Now I'm going to go through each little section just to showcase to you guys each little part of the career mode and what it's capable in this homepage. So we've got activities. This is where we can choose driver events, boosting Mick up if we want to, try and improve him as a driver, try and make some money out of sponsor events, but also help try and improve our car. So for us, we've got 7 days here before the car reveal. I'm going to go for aero and chassis focus to try and boost our car as much as possible. And then after the car reveal, I'm going to go for a pre-season advertisement campaign to try and bring as much money in as possible. Next up, we've got our facilities. If we click into here, you can see aerodynamics, we've got chassis, we've got personnel, powertrain, durability, and our marketing department. As I was flicking through these systems, I could see the sponsor relations to improve it is 5 million, which means that we can increase our team acclaim improvement speed to 10% faster. Now, the fact that that costs so much shows me that Codemasters know that it's going to be really important for the series and to help bring sponsors in and then improve our team quicker and quicker. So that's something that I think is going to be really important to focus on as we progress through the series. As you can see, we've got our R&D tree here, where actually I thought we'd be the last team on the grid, but actually we're ahead of Haas and Williams, and we're not too far off Alfa Romeo and AlphaTauri. You can see that now that the patch has come, Ferrari are now third quickest, and McLaren have boosted themselves up as well with that amazing performance from Lando Norris at the Austrian Grand Prix. Heading into our R&D tree, you can see we've actually got quite a good amount of aero package already on the car, fourth from bottom, but I thought it would be a lot worse than that. Our chassis department needs a little bit of work as well, but we've got a little bit done already. Moving into our powertrain department, we're actually doing quite well. We're ahead of McLaren and Renault and Aston Martin and AlphaTauri, which means that we're the quickest Honda car in a straight line, which I'm very surprised at, especially with Red Bull being the factory Honda team. But hopefully we can build that up and get closer to the Ferraris and the Mercedes engine cars. Moving into this section, you can see our sponsor TriStar in the corner, and as our team acclaim goes up, we can then bring on secondary, third and fourth, fifth, 5 sponsors, hopefully, as we bring our teams together to bring as much money in as possible to get ourselves up to McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari, and all the big teams that we know we can get to. But it's going to take a bit of time to grind through and get good results, bring in the sponsors, and hopefully we'll get there eventually. So you can see our driver perks and corporate. Then we've got the driver market, different drivers costing a lot different. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton, super expensive, best driver on the grid at the moment, and there's no chance that he's going to leave Mercedes. But other drivers, someone like Vettel might end up retiring quite soon, same as Raikkonen, who are a bit older. And then you've got some of the Formula 2 guys down here that are either free agents or are a little bit less expensive that might be a good fit for us. And that is the way I'm going to end this video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to this channel for more F1 2020 game content. I'll link my socials in the description down below. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for all things racing and F1. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.